Welcome to the MOTO Freak Channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point, the Toyota 3.0 D-4D engine, specifically the 1KDFTV, was a very prominent common rail direct injection turbo diesel engine that served as the flagship diesel option for many of Toyota's light commercial vehicles and SUVs from around 2000 to 2015. It was widely adopted in models such as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, Toyota Hilux, Toyota Fortuner, and Toyota Hiace. While known for its robust nature, it also gained a reputation for certain significant issues that require careful attention. History and versions. Introduction. The 1KDFTV was introduced in 2000 as a new generation of Toyota diesel engines, replacing the older 1KZT. It was Toyota's first common rail diesel engine in many of its light commercial vehicle lines, bringing advancements in fuel efficiency, power, and emissions. Configuration. It is an inline four-cylinder, 16-valve DOHC, double overhead camshaft engine. Displacement. 3.0 liters, 2,982 cubic centimeters. Turbocharger. It features a variable nozzle turbocharger, VNT or VGT, with an intercooler, allowing for better performance across the RPM range. Fuel system. Common rail direct injection, which provided more precise fuel atomization and higher injection pressures compared to older mechanical injection systems. Power and torque variations. The 1KDFTV came in various power outputs throughout its lifespan, influenced by market regulations and specific vehicle applications. Early versions. Around 120 kilowatts, 161 horsepower, 163 PS, and 343 Nm, 253 lb-ft of torque. Later versions increased to around 127 kilowatts, 171 horsepower, 173 PS, and 343 Nm, 253 lb-ft, sometimes up to 400 Nm, 295 lb-ft, depending on the vehicle and transmission. Versions. While the core engine design remained consistent, variations in ECU tuning and slight hardware revisions, especially related to addressing known issues like pistons, existed across its production years. There weren't distinct generations beyond these running changes. Review and opinions. The 1KDFTV is largely viewed as a powerful and durable engine, a true workhorse for its time. However, its reputation is often overshadowed by its well-documented common problems. Power and torque. Generally praised for its strong low-end torque, making it well-suited for heavy-duty applications, towing, and off-roading. Durability. When issues addressed despite its flaws, the fundamental engine block and components are robust, and many 1KDFTV engines have accumulated very high mileage. Fuel efficiency. For its size for a 3.0-liter diesel of its era, its fuel consumption was considered competitive, offering a balance between power and economy. Complexity. As an early common rail system, it introduced new complexities compared to older mechanical diesels, particularly regarding the fuel system sensitivity. Opinions are often divided. Owners who have experienced the common issues can be very critical, while those with well-maintained examples, especially later production models, or those that had issues proactively addressed, often praise its strength and longevity. Advantages. High torque output, excellent for towing, hauling, and off-road capability. Proven workhorse, widely used globally in demanding environments, showcasing its fundamental strength. Good power for its era, offered competitive performance for its displacement. Extensive aftermarket support. Due to its popularity, parts and experienced mechanics are readily available. Timing belt. While maintenance item, it's a predictable replacement and not prone to stretch like some timing chains. Disadvantages. Piston cracking. This is arguably the most infamous and severe issue, especially in engines manufactured between 2004 to 2009. It could lead to catastrophic engine failure. Fuel injector problems. Highly susceptible to injector issues, sticking, overfueling, due to design flaws, e.g., copper washers, and sensitivity to fuel quality. This can lead to serious secondary damage. Oil sump pickup blockage. a critical secondary issue often caused by leaking injector seals leading to carbon/fuel contamination in the oil, potentially starving the engine of lubrication. Turbocharger issues, carbon buildup, boost control problems, or rear turbine while chipping were reported. EGR valve carbon buildup, common in many diesels, affecting performance and efficiency. Noise and vibration, more pronounced than newer GD series engines. Faults and breakdowns. The 1KD FDEV has several well-documented and critical failure points. Cracked pistons, cause, primarily attributed to a combination of design flaws, brittle aluminum alloy in certain production runs, particularly 2004 to 2009 models, high operating temperatures, and potentially excessive stress from tuning or demanding use. Symptoms: distinct metallic knocking noise, excessive black smoke, significant power loss, increased oil consumption, and high crankcase pressure. Solution: requires engine disassembly and replacement of affected pistons with an updated design, part number 13101-30-200. A complete engine rebuild is often necessary. Prevention: while inherent to some early models, using quality fuel, avoiding excessive tuning, and prompt attention to other engine issues can help. Models manufactured after June 2009 generally have improved pistons. Fuel injector failure and burnt copper washers. Cause: wear and tear, poor fuel quality, and failure of the copper washers, injector seals, at the base of the injectors. When these washers fail, hot combustion gases leak past, contaminating the engine oil with carbon and fuel. Symptoms: white smoke on startup, rough idling, misfires, black smoke under load, increased fuel consumption, diesel smell in the oil, and most critically, oil sludging. Solution: replacement of all injectors, often with updated versions, and the copper washers. Regular inspection of injector feedback values is crucial. Prevention: use high-quality diesel fuel, change fuel filters regularly, and consider preventative replacement of injector washers at significant mileage intervals, e.g., 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers, before they fail and cause secondary damage. Oil sump pickup blockage/sludging. Cause: a direct consequence of leaking injector seals. The carbon and fuel contamination in the oil lead to sludge buildup, which blocks the oil pickup strainer in the sump. This starves the engine of oil. Symptoms: low oil pressure warning, tapping/knocking noises from the engine due to lack of lubrication, and ultimately, catastrophic engine failure, e.g., spun bearings, seized components. Solution: requires dropping the sump to clean or replace the oil pickup strainer, flushing the engine, and critically, addressing the root cause, injector seals/injectors. Often, if this issue is severe, the engine is already significantly damaged. Prevention: this is critical. Strict adherence to oil change intervals with the correct oil type and immediate attention to any signs of injector problems. Suction control valve, SCV, problems. Cause: wear or contamination within the SCV, which regulates fuel pressure. Symptoms: fluctuating idle, hesitation, lack of power, or engine stalling at low speeds. Solution: replacement of the SCV. EGR valve carbon buildup. Cause: exhaust gas recirculation introduces soot back into the intake, leading to carbon deposits. Symptoms: reduced power, black smoke, poor fuel economy, rough idle. Solution: regular cleaning of the EGR valve and intake manifold. Turbocharger issues. Cause: carbon buildup, oil contamination, or general wear. Rear turbine while chipping was a known issue in some cases. Symptoms: reduced boost, excessive smoke, whining noises, or oil leaks from the turbo. Solution: cleaning, repair, or replacement of the turbocharger. Fuel consumption. The 1KD FDV's fuel consumption is generally considered reasonable for a 3.0-liter engine in a heavy vehicle. Official combined cycle figures, often in the range of 8.0 to 10.0 L/100 km. Real-world driving. Highly dependent on the vehicle, Hilux, Prado, Fortuner, driving style, load, and terrain. Owners typically report combined driving 9.5 to 12 L/100 km, approximately 19.6 to 24.8 mpg US or 23.5 to 29.7 mpg imperial. Heavier vehicles, aggressive driving, towing, or off-road use will push consumption higher. Timing. The Toyota 3.0D 4D 1KD FDV engine uses a timing belt to synchronize its camshafts and crankshaft. Replacement interval. The timing belt must be replaced at specified intervals, typically every 100,000 kilometers or approximately 60,000 miles, or every 5 to 7 years, whichever comes first. Critical maintenance. This is a non-negotiable maintenance item. Failure to replace the timing belt can result in severe, catastrophic engine damage, bent valves, damaged pistons, if it breaks. Associated components. It is highly recommended to replace the timing belt tensioner, idler pulleys, and often the water pump, as it's driven by the timing belt, at the same time. Oil. Oil type. The 1KD FDV, as a common rail direct injection diesel, requires a high-quality diesel engine oil. While it might not always require low-ash, DPF-specific oils like the later GD series, as many 1KD FDV vehicles did not have DPFs, depending on market and year, using a robust, high-performance oil is crucial. Look for API ratings like API-CH 4, CI 4, or CJ 4, and ACA ratings like ACA B3/B4 or E7. Viscosity. Common recommended viscosities are SAE 5W, 30, 10W, 30, 5W, 40, or 10W, 40, depending on climate and specific model year. Always refer to your vehicle's owner's manual for the exact recommended specifications. Oil capacity. The engine oil capacity is typically around 7.0 to 7.7 liters, including the filter. Confirm this with your owner's manual. Change interval. Toyota's general recommendation is often 10,000 kilometers or 6,000 miles or 12 months. However, given the sensitivity of this engine to oil contamination due to potential injector seal leaks and subsequent sludging, many experienced mechanics and owners strongly recommend much shorter oil change intervals, such as every 5,000 kilometers or 6 months, especially if the vehicle is used for heavy-duty work, in dusty conditions, or for frequent short trips. Using high-quality oil and a good filter is paramount. Versions. As noted, the 1KFDV primarily saw versions in terms of power output and ongoing internal revisions to address known issues like the pistons. It was the single, dominant 3.0L D-4D engine in Toyota's lineup until the introduction of the 2.8 L1GD FTEV in 2015. In conclusion, the Toyota 3.0D 4D1 KDFDEV is a powerful and capable engine, a workhorse that helps solidify Toyota's reputation in the diesel market. However, it is essential for prospective owners or those with existing vehicles to be aware of its specific vulnerabilities, particularly the piston and injector/oil sludging issues. Proactive and meticulous maintenance, especially regarding fuel quality, oil changes, and injector health, is critical for its longevity and reliability. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.